Universe 13 has been a hot topic of discussion on our channel lately, as Dragon Ball Super Kai is taking fan manga by storm right now. Up until recently, the numerous universes that were erased by the Omni King before the Tournament of Power hadn't had much of a voice. However, even the absolute might of Zeno is bound to make a mistake eventually. This is Murno, a former angel attendant to one of the most powerful destroyer gods of all time. Both of them residing in Universe 13 before their certain erasure, but somehow, unbeknownst to everyone, Murno survived the wrath of the Omni King and was able to escape, successfully hiding all of this time. Appearing out of nowhere seems more than suspicious right now, as the first thing he does is dispose of Frieza like he was nothing. With power beyond the comprehension of mortals, not only is Murno highly skilled with knowledge transcending even his superiors supposedly, but his universe was among the top ranked, as well as housing many powerful warriors, including a race of Saiyans. While his true plan has yet to be revealed, Murno has simply stated after arriving in Universe 7 following Goku and Whis that he just looks to find the most powerful warriors in their universe, offering both Goku and Vegeta the chance to prove themselves by any means necessary, even if it involves Goku's baby granddaughter Pan. Murno, being sadistic and heartless, dangles Pan in front of Goku, threatening that if he doesn't show the multitude of his full power, then things will get very bad for all of them. Goku obliges, then engages the angel in combat, and right off the bat he lands a pretty solid hit. Even an enraged Goku, however, quickly realizes that nothing he does has any effect on the angel, as he's just using up all of his energy in vain, not even hurting his opponent. All hope begins to seem lost, as even Vegeta admits that at this rate, not even Ultra Instinct would be enough for this situation. But Murno is having quite a time toying with the Saiyans, as once again, he reaches his hand through a portal and brings Pan back to their dimension in order to provoke Goku even further. However, as soon as he dashes towards Murno in order to save his granddaughter, Murno tosses her off to the side with no regard for her life. Goku diverts his attention immediately away from Murno as he looks to save Pan from free falling, but in the blink of an eye, just as he's about to catch her, Murno opens up another portal between Goku and the baby, which swallows Goku whole. If you guys want to check out Dragon Ball Super Kai and are really enjoying the Universe 13 storyline like I am, the link to the original story will be down below in the description box, so be sure to go check it out. Also, before the video begins, if you guys are enjoying the Murno saga and want to see more, be sure to leave a like on this video and have those notifications turned on to keep up with the best anime content on the web. But without further ado,
I got swords on my back, set my right. Ninjas with me, niggas throwing stars at these bitches. Eating ramen noodles in the hood with my niggas.
with Goku having disappeared into Murno's last portal, Whis and Vegeta are left on Beerus' planet with the Angel of Universe 13. What an interesting mortal, Murno seems to proclaim. However, emotions still hinder him. Let's see just how far he's willing to go for his own survival and to save his family. Now, even as all of this is going on, Pan is still kind of free falling, which was a little funny to me, even though this all did kind of happen in a matter of seconds. However, we can see in the next panel that Vegeta catches her, cursing Murno under his breath. Murno then turns his attention to Vegeta as he looks to see what he can do next. He tells Vegeta that he hopes he proves less predictable than Goku, as Goku lacked what it took to get the job done, letting his feelings and compassion cloud his judgment. He says, fear not, however, Goku is still alive for the time being. He's just been put in timeout in a cold, dark, empty void, and it's up to him to figure out how to escape. Vegeta, on the other hand, he says, well, it seems that you and I share a similar trait coincidentally. The entire time while fighting and talking, Murno has been searching the souls of both Goku and Vegeta, which is exactly how he knew to trigger Goku with Pan. You are a cold-blooded savage much like myself, Murno proclaims to Vegeta, and you also possess the will to kill. A true warrior's mentality. However, your friend lacked the will to kill and would much rather spare his enemies than complete the job, which was ultimately his downfall, but someone like you is the perfect rival for me. We are similar. He then goes on to say that Vegeta may not be quite as strong as Goku, but his instincts are what make him strong. As he descends, he says to Vegeta, "You're the last one left. Beerus is sleeping, Goku is gone, and Whis knows better than to get in my way. So what will it be, Saiyan? Will you show me the power that this wretched universe possesses? Need I remind you, however, that shall you refuse, you will suffer the same fate as your friend, and everyone you know and love will be finished. But dear Saiyan, I do hope you know what you're in for. And I hope you know what you're in for, my dear boy. A voice calls from behind Murno that shocks him as he seems to recognize that voice right away. Behind them all, the Grand Priest has descended onto Beerus' planet, surely sensing this odd disturbance in the multiverse as he says, "My, it's been far too long." "Oh father," Murno says pseudo-sarcastically, "it's so nice to see you. I'm sure you're ecstatic to see that I've survived. I'm doing well, no need to ask in case you were, and I see you're still your same old self as well." Now, things are getting quite interesting as Murno has already been stated to be the strongest angel and his knowledge and powers have far transcended typical angels. However, the Grand Priest is the father of these angels and pretty much the Omni King's lieutenant, as he also has the authority to carry out decrees of the gods. The Grand Priest, however, hasn't come for a reunion of any sorts at all, as he says in a very firm voice, "Your very existence is unacceptable, Murno. You were presumed erased along with the rest of Universe 13 after violating the code of the angels along with dealing with mortals." Murno barks back at the Grand Priest, telling him that what I do is none of your business and not your problem. You sentenced me to death and left me to rot all because of some stupid code that says we can't use our own gifts. The look on Murno's face then completely changes as, for the first time, he has quite the evil expression as he says, "And just so you know, I don't care who you are." He tells the Grand Priest that he doesn't answer to anyone anymore since they all turned their back on him when Zeno took everything from them and he just stood there and watched. "I won't let you get away with any of this," he says. Vegeta, feeling a little more empowered now that the Grand Priest has showed up, warns Murno, "I'm not sure if you're incredibly crazy, incredibly stupid, or both, but this isn't a good idea what you're doing right now. You're going to get yourself killed if you keep this up now that you've been found out, so best to just give up now." Now personally, I'm not really sure how I feel about this comment from Vegeta because just 5 minutes ago, he had really dwindling faith in this whole situation, and while we all know that the Grand Priest is one of the most powerful beings in existence, Vegeta isn't really the type to look at someone else as a savior, or if that makes any sense to you guys. Murno, however, has already explained that he doesn't care who stands in his way at this point, as he says to Vegeta, "My, you still haven't figured it out, have you? I don't really mind what any of you have to say at this point. The game has already begun," as Murno lifts his finger and another portal is created behind him. "Believe me when I say that this isn't over though. Such a nice reunion seeing you again, father. And you too, brother," Murno says as he steps backwards into the portal, "but we best resume this party at a later date. Until then," and he disappears into nothingness. Whis immediately hangs his head in shame as his father approaches him, apologizing for not doing anything to stop or even slow Murno down, as he was just frozen in fear the whole time, which is very unlike Whis. But he says that above everything, he didn't want to break their code and share the same fate as well. The Grand Priest, fully understanding his decisions, tells Whis, "It's fine. Unless I give the order, you and your siblings still shall not display your full powers. While I did not see this coming, and he was able to remain in hiding for generations, now that he has exposed his existence, he will be found, so fear not, son," the Grand Priest says. Vegeta goes on to tell the Grand Priest that Murno came here saying that he wanted to find the strongest fighters in this universe, saying that this was his plan, but something still seems weird about this whole thing. Goku battled against him, but after being toyed with, he was sent to some cold, dark void, but Murno confirmed that he was still alive, so that's a whole nother issue at hand. The Grand Priest warns them that, as his son, Murno is not only a powerful warrior, but extremely smart and crafty as well, even though he shouldn't be here anymore and will be dealt with in due time. As for Goku, he says he may know where he is. Seeing the Grand Priest's confidence, Vegeta asks, "So just how do we stop this guy then? He was able to counter every single thing Kakarot did with ease. He can read our minds, and we couldn't even wrap our heads around his abilities." He says that he and Goku's powers are nowhere near the angels, so what's the point if they're pretty much still powerless when he still has this whole hidden agenda that he wants to complete as the three fade off in thought of their next move. In a different dimension, however, floats Goku in the middle of a space even more empty than the hyperbolic time chamber, saying that he can't feel anyone or anything around him, and on top of that, the air is extremely heavy. Goku refuses to waver, however, intent on finding Murno as the encounter with the Grand Priest ends, saving Goku, Pan, Vegeta, and Whis from being killed. But something Murno said in this chapter really stuck with me. His anger towards the Grand Priest was extremely telling, almost going off on a tangent at how they left him to die and just watched as the Omni King tried to destroy him, so I feel like his plan in the end may be geared towards the Grand Priest and Omni King since he didn't seem to really want to hurt Whis. His comments to Vegeta were also pretty interesting, saying that they're both cold-blooded warriors, savages with this instinct to kill, and this says to me that Murno may not be lying when he says that he just wants to face the strongest fighter in their universe, almost as if the blood of a Saiyan runs through him.